Backtesting smart money concepts part 1. This is going to be a clean, plain and simple example of how we can backtest smart money concepts by just using the 1H time frame, just looking at 5-minute and 50-minute for entries. And we will mostly be looking at order blocks and previous highs and lows for liquidity. So that is the rules, that is the direction we're going to follow, and that is then what we will be looking at today. I'm starting off for the month of May. Let's see how it goes and what can be expected. First of all, just right off the bat, we can see currently that we created an order block. We broke structure towards the downside. There's our structure breaks, and then we left this order block behind. Now, the thing about this order block is it's not a full body candle, but it's fine. We can refine it probably on the lower time frame. So the idea would be for price to come back up into this area, see a reaction, and then see price pushing down lower. So let's just quickly go on the 50-minute and 5-minute, and let's just refine this area. On the 50-minute, I'm not seeing a very full body candle. Perhaps this area could work. That candle could work. Let's check on the 5-minute. Yes, on the 5-minute, I love this candle, this bullish candle. It's a nice full body candle. Buyers bought the price up and then it sold off towards the downside. We also have this candle. I'm just going to make note of it as well. This one, which is also very nice because it's the last candle before the big push down. And then we just need to take note of this full body candle as well. So we can see here is an area as well. That's nice full body candle, impulsive move down. We have a structure break. We have the imbalance left behind. We have equal highs, which is then our liquidity. So this area as well does look nice for price to tap into. So let's play price forward and see what happens. We want to see price come back into those areas, and then from there on we'll look for an entry confirmation. So you probably could have been taking shorts coming back into this area. Longs, taking longs as price is going up into this area. But for now, in this session, we're just going to be focusing on continuation trades, not retracement trades. So let's just go to the 50-minute. So we've reached into this area, and on the 5-minute we do not yet have any confirmation that we're moving towards the downside. So we kind of need to see a break of structure before we can look for entries. So we have the areas that we want to see price tap into potentially, and we kind of need to make room for that. Okay, so over here we can see we tapped into this order block. We missed this one, but we did tap into this one, and we just swept the highs just a little bit there as well. Let's see, give us a few more candles. We're still ranging. If we see a nice impulsive move down now, that can be our structure break. So potentially here you could have gotten a first entry. There's an order block, and we have a structure break there as well. So let's say we took this entry, stop loss just above. We'll focus on the take profit just in a bit, but I would say just the lows on the 5-minute would be our take profit in this case. Okay, let's see. We're still in this trade. There we have a very nice structure break. So this is more convincing, this is more aggressive because we have only a minor structure break. With this impulsive move down, we broke more major structure. We broke below this swing low as well. We broke below the last swing low. So this would then be the candle, the area that I'm looking at. So I would take both these two candles as my area and entry just below it. Let's see, stop loss above 3.8 pips. So even if we don't get tagged in, we're still in the aggressive entry, which is good. It will be just a nice added bonus if we do get into this one as well. So let's see what happened. nicely. We came back in, tapped in, bit of a wick, and then we melted towards the downside. Okay, so this both trades hit take profit, and we have a 12R and a 7R, 7.1, 12, so about 20 are in this session. Let's just quickly go to the 50-minute and see how, if we had left, so we've taken profits, so we're just going to make a note here and say 20R. We're not going to sugarcoat it, but just if we had left it towards the downside liquidity, what would we have reached? Take profit? Yes, obviously, very nicely we did reach take profit. But as I said, we're just going to be conservative with our take profits. We're not going to aim for the sky or anything. We're just going to be conservative with that. Okay, so there we have now our first trade of 20R over there. So now we're going to follow again and see what we can find. So now we just look on. Okay, so here we now again broke structure, and we have this area. Maybe let's just make this a different color because it clashes with the roasted raw tool. But we also I just want to make sure what's happening on the left. So it's possible that we are only sweeping these lows and moving up higher now. So potentially we could be moving into this area, making a pullback, and then continuation up higher. I would want to see how price reacts within this area. I guess potentially we missed something, maybe moved too fast, but okay, we tapped into this area and price broke down. So let's see how we return towards this area. If we return to this area, then I could potentially look for shorts if we do. Okay, now we're moving back down, but on the 50-minute, I'm not seeing anything here that I would like to take a long from. So currently, nothing yet for me. Okay, it looks like we're coming back towards that sell area. Okay, no entry or no confirmation, nothing at all, just went right through it, so I'm not taking any entries yet. Okay, so we broke this high. Potentially we are now bullish, so let's see if we follow the order flow. If we take a long from this area, this is a bit of a more of a gamble. We can take maybe a 50%, reduce the stop loss, maybe take a half risk, and we just aim for the previous highs or this last unmitigated order block. Remember, this order block has not been mitigated on the 5-minute yet, so potentially we could see price coming back up into that area. Okay, so we didn't get tagged in over here, but we maybe still yet, we kind of maybe created equal lows over there. But I'm also looking at this candle. We broke structure towards the upside, so potentially this could be an entry. Would be an aggressive entry if we would take this one. Let's see. Okay, this wouldn't have been anything because also look at the timing. It is like after 5 in the morning. London session hasn't even opened yet, so definitely there would have been no trade in this area. So currently we're just fishing for fish, which there's nothing there. So let's just go back to the 1 hour. Let's just get our stuff in a row again. So where did we react off of? Can't really say. Nothing clear for me over there. We kind of looks like we swept these lows. 1 hour is relatively messy. We have this zone over here. That's an order block. We broke structure, liquidity above this area. So definitely this could be an area for sells. Okay, let's just go to the 50-minute. Very nice. We saw liquidity being grabbed. We saw price breaking structure towards the downside, even though it's not as clear. Let's check this one on the 5 minute. If price can maybe give us a clean impulse, leave a clean order block, that would be nice. It's just consolidating there. Okay, so this is more what I like, and then I would potentially be looking for price to reach this area again and stop loss above, taking into consideration that it could go up higher to mitigate something in this area, but then I would just re-enter because I know risk to reward is on my side, and we'll just be aiming for these lows. So that's possibly something that we could look at. Okay, we're tagged into the trade. If we break this low, I would be going break even. Back up. Okay, so this is a stop loss. Nice reaction, but there was no follow through, so the momentum is still bullish. So in this area we then have, where's that note? -1 R. So we made 20 R in the first one, -1 R, now we have 19 R. So you can see with the risk rewards being so high, it really doesn't make a big difference. Okay, so there we have now the one loss. Let's continue. Seeing that the order flow is still bullish, could consider taking a short. All prices just did a liquidity grab and is still going short, but currently out of the trade. Wow, massive. This has probably been news. Yes, New York Open news release something. Now this is just how we reanalyze it. So now I'm looking and I'm seeing, okay, maybe this was the order block because this move up broke structure over there, and then it returned to it, created liquidity, and then bump up. But hindsight, we practice it like that, but so that we can start seeing it in real time. So let's just go back to the 1 hour and see. Okay, massive push towards the upside. So this in fact was the liquidity grab, and we started trending towards the upside, creating new higher highs and higher lows. Let's see, lay price forward. So price is now very bullish. Chances are that we could either react off of something in here, push up, or just plummet towards the downside. Let's just give it another candle. I think the price is going to go lower. Okay, so we broke below this structure, maybe a retracement trade. If we can see price creating possibly liquidity in here now, and if we see maybe a pullback into this area, maybe that could maybe be a scenario to look at. We're pulling up. Okay, so now we broke down further. We didn't reach the area that I was looking at, but we did possibly create now a new area in here. We want to see if price returns to this area to look for sells, because we did break structure, and then ideally we want to see price come back up, give us an entry, and then take the short. So it's not giving entries, it's just pushing down lower and lower, and that happens, and that's fine. We need to be selective on the trades that we take. Okay, this maybe we can take a long. We can see price created this demand area. Here with that candle. So let's look for a shift in structure. Okay, so there we have potentially the sweep. Let's see if price gives us an entry. Okay, so there we have a substructure break, a minor structure break. I would be looking for price to come down at least 50% of this candle for a buy. Remember, I'm not taking into consideration timing now, I'm not taking into consideration sessions. I'm just looking at what price is showing and trading off of that. That's a nice 5 minute area, a lot of imbalance left, so I definitely can see price coming back into this area. Let's see if we do get a tag in. Yes, and a stop loss. Okay, so here we have another -1 R, -1 R. Okay, let's review quickly this area. In this case, the higher probable scenario would have been to look for a break of this high. This probably wasn't a big enough break in structure. Then we broke up, down, up again. Now I'm still looking for longs, I would say. We still have this range to fill in. Let's see if we do get a pullback or if price is just moving up. If price is just moving up, I'll be looking for shorts. I'm just curious, this candle. But again, this is not a very strong break up. It's just trending up, but possibly price can react off of this area. Or I think I would maybe more look towards sells when we get into this area. Let's see, price is not moving very nicely. Probably now, Asian session, okay. And even then, we just break through this area, and there's 3 in the morning Asian session, so definitely would not have gotten anything in there as well. Let's go back to the 1 hour. Currently, it's not looking too great. Only 3 trades so far. Probably if we had applied more higher time frame analysis, we maybe could have caught something, but I'm not sure about it. Anyway, we still have this area that's untested, so maybe price returns to that area. It might. Let's see if we can get some continuation trades up. Okay, this is nice. I do like this, and this is something that I recognize. Full body candle, strong impulsive move, a structure break, liquidity. I would take this trade. Definitely, I would take this trade. Give it a bit of a safer stop loss. Let's make it 6.5 pips, and then targeting that high. Okay, let's hope it's not a stop loss. Let's just can you believe it? Do we return? Do we go up? Let's see if we could go up. Oh, this price action is horrible. No. Another -1 R. That's fine. We're still in profit. But currently, AU is just not providing. It reacted off of, but you see, I'm not seeing a clear order block in this area. So for me, it's not as smooth. This is potentially a sell buy area. Let's just wait and see. Okay, no. Okay, maybe this is. Do we have a structure break here? Let's go to the 5 minutes. Push down, created equal low. So this is something we need to be concerned about. But we have a relatively good structure break over here. We pulled back and we tapped into this order block over there, down there. Will I take an aggressive sell, aggressive buy? Well, ideally I would want to see price come back down again, tap in, and then just target that order block, I would think. Do we get a tag in? Doesn't look like it. No, so we don't know if taking this trade, because if price has moved all the way up to here, trending like this, not giving us impulsive moves, then it's most probably not going to reach the order block. But just looking at this area now, I think I've kind of turned now into just scalping 5 minutes. This is something I would look at. Impulse can move towards the downside. If we get a pullback towards that area, that would give me the confidence to take a sell, but it's moving very slowly. You can see how price has just been moving, trending up. So if we have gotten in here, probably would have been a stop loss. We would have had to place our stop below that high. So if we did that, yes, then that would have been a successful entry. But just look at the 1 hour. Impulsive moves down, corrective move back up. Probably the lows over there, but this is not a very good risk reward. No, it's not something that I think we would have taken. Definitely not. But you can see we're now coming back up. Well, we did come back up. Maybe we missed something here now. Wait a minute. Let's just have a look. We just tapped at it. Maybe we can come back up again. Yes, okay, we're gonna have to review this. This was moving too fast. Let's review this on the 5 minutes. Okay. So this is maybe a little bit of cherry picking, but this is a better 1 hour order block and we shouldn't have gone so fast. So let's have a look at price action in this area and how we could have taken a short. Price tapped in, nice impulsive moves towards the downside. Let's see, do we get an entry? That's now the main question. Do we see price providing an entry coming back all the way up? Okay, in this case, yeah, see, this candle would probably have been the order block, but with these wicks, it's already mitigated. I'm afraid to go to the 3 minutes. I'm afraid it's gonna kick us out. But I'm gonna pause and try to go to the 3 minute and see if we have an order block in there. Okay, so we are allowed to go to the 3 minutes. This back in time. So this candle would have been, I think, my order block. It's a more full body and it broke towards the downside. So our entry would have been, with this type of candle, possibly 50% off the candle. So let's just use the 50% tool. Entry there, stop loss above that high. First take profit at this area and then this order block zone over there would be the final take profit. So let's make this the last trade for this part 1 and let's see if we get stopped out. Yes, we get stopped out and then it pushes towards the downside. Can you believe it? Okay, what happened here? Wow, that is so marginal, like exactly to the pip. Can you believe it? Okay, could have been a loss, could have been a win, probably a loss. Probably on the 1 minute we could have had something in here, but I can't go to the 1 minute because then it says it's too far back for the data. Okay, there you have it. So this could have been a loss or a win, but you can see how that would have been a very nice win altogether. So let's look at the 1 hour. We had one very great win, then -1 or -1, -1, so -3, and this one is debatable. It could have been a 10R or it could have been a loss. So leave it up to you to decide what you would have done with that. But that is just a quick backtesting session on some basic smart money concepts, not too complicated, keeping it very simple. I'll definitely do more of these in the future. There's a lot left out with regards to full analysis and some of the other techniques and concepts that I do use, session openings and Asian session manipulation. So there's a lot still happening. But this is just a good overview of how you can start backtesting smart money concepts. Hope it made sense. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a lovely weekend. Have a lovely day. Goodbye.